together because I'm okay. Oh, okay, good. Ready to go. All right. Hi, I'm Rob, and
ever since she left me, I'm a lot happier. I have a relationship with myself. Things are more important to me that have to do with me than with trying to save another person. I have a much more spiritual grounding now. I read books, a lot of books, lots and lots of books. So if you want to meet a guy you can have fun with, my name's Joe, Happy Guy, on Match.com. I'm not needy or anything anymore.
Okay, I'm not going to qualify anything, but there's a phrase I hate, and people say it, like people believe in God now as a way to keep in a positive mood, but if you believe in God, you can have, and you're supposed to be in all kinds of moods. You're a human being, you feel things, you experience, but not in today's world, no, because you can stay positive. You know why? Because God never gives you more than you can handle. How do you know? Well, I measured it. No, you didn't. You didn't measure. You can't measure. What are you, the guy who measures God's thresholds with different people? Did you read the obituaries today? God screwed up a whole bunch of times on what people could handle and what they couldn't. He's like a master physicist. I didn't know getting hit by a bus. I thought little Johnny Brown, 4 years old, could handle that. So I was wrong. I should take that Adderall, shouldn't I? I mean, I am God. There's a lot more people than there used to be. You think God's up there going, and pancreatic cancer? Who knew? I didn't see that one coming. Okay, so let's do other things like, people say things that are completely vacuous. They had phrases that were invented for certain things, like when people say, be that as it may. What it was acknowledging what you said is true. And here's what I want to add, opposing it, yet not disqualifying what you said. Now it's just passive aggressive. Somebody came up to you, I need you to find me a 13-inch ruler, where there's only 12-inch rulers. Well, be that as it may, find me a 13-inch one. I just told you that I be that as it may. That's two be that's. What you just told me and the thing you told me. So be those as it may. Give me 13. It doesn't exist. Look, I just here's a manual. None. Well, be that manual as it may be. As that may be. Get me one. It's like when people say if you ask someone which way, like in your Manhattan, is the east side to the left or to the right? It's just one word. You say left, right. That's it. He goes, well, that I can't help you with. It's not a big aid you're giving me. You're not a big help. You're not assisting me. It's one word, left or right. Well, that I can't help you with. You mean you don't know? Oh, I didn't say I didn't know. Just said couldn't help you with it. Like, as a matter of fact, here's the list of all the things that I can help you with. That, not one of them. So basically you're bragging you're an expert on everything. That's just the only thing you don't know. That I can't help you with. You need to make a good pasta dish with the perfect marinara? Give me a call, but left or right, I don't know. So, or when they can't admit when they're wrong. What about this? They go, if they say there's more single men in New York than single women, and you go like this, well, it says here there's more single women than there are single men, and they count it. It's a fact by the sense of, well, fair enough. What do you mean? You mean you're wrong? No, I didn't say that. I just said fair enough. Hi, I came in for some soup, and they asked me to tell a little story because You ever see those old guys on the street that you knew? They probably grew up in Brooklyn or the Bronx or something. They were real tough guys, big mitts, the whole thing. They used to be hitters, just hit you, that's it, right? But now young guys think they're little old men, so they push and move old men, and they go, what'd you call me? What'd you call me, a little old man? I wasn't born yesterday. And their veins pop out, and they start shaking. They're so upset. You're like, take it easy. No, Golden Gloves, 1942, 48, and I come back in 61, all right? I was in WW2 and W3, carried dead people over my shoulders just to bury them, all right? Then I worked at a factory, climbed up 4 flights of stairs with a block of ice, banged my wife and my brother's wife, went right back to the factory. Don't you call me, I'm a little old man. And they go like this. And they're like, uh-oh, diarrhea. I'll be right back. Don't you move. Okay, well, I guess I'll go. So, my grandfather was a pretty smart guy, and he'd always give advice real simply. Like I remember when I was the cops aren't here, are they? When I was about 9, I was always kind of depressed and anxious and pensive, you know. My grandfather was a real wild guy. He'd go, Bobby, what's the matter, huh? I can see it all over your face. What's the matter? And I was 9. I said, Grandma, I don't get life. Like, when I was 8, everything was simple. Now 9 and 10 and 11, it's going to change. I don't understand life. He goes, life, G-Z, life. It's in the word, L-I-F-E. Looking inward for everything. That's life. It's not outside you. It's in you. Like, wow, he's amazing. So then I'm 13 and... Bobby, you got that look all over your face again. What is it, Bobby, huh? Well, this time, I think I'm in love with somebody. And I don't know. All I do is worry about her, think about her, whether she's going to leave me or not, whether she likes me. I'm too insecure, but I'm in love. Love, it's easy. Love, here's what it isn't. L-O-V-E. Letting others validate your existence. It's like life, it's in you. Love, validate your own existence. Okay, a little more complex. Didn't fit the acronym completely, but... Look, so later on, and I'm 15, and I'm about to do it the first time with a girl, and Bobby, you got that look on your face, and you're sweating under your nose, and your eyes pink. What's going on? And why is your ear flapping? And I'm sorry, that's my vision. That's your grandmother's labia. Never mind, it's a hologram. What is it, Bobby? I said, yeah, this one's the big one, Grandpa. What? Wait, sex. I never had it before, and she wants it. I don't want to be lousy. I don't even really want to do it. And I'm afraid what's going to happen after. You know, it's like, what if I become like a sex maniac? Sex. It's in the word. Seeing everything. Xylophone. Will get me up to the solarium. Xerox. I got to cross-eyed. See everything cross-eyed, Bobby. Forget about it. It doesn't matter. Xerox, xylophone. What else goes with an axe? Anything. Where's the solarium? Rice pudding. Wipe the dead side of my face. I could go down on your girlfriend for an hour. Wouldn't bother me at all. I don't feel a thing. It's the beauty of having a look at Parkinson's. All she has to do is lie next to me. She gets the ride of her life. All right, take it easy, Bobby. There's nothing to worry about. You got terrible DNA. It's going to work out. So it's in the word DNA. Don't nothing annoy. That's another thing I have about Jewish people. Jewish people have this whole God thing, the Torah and the rituals and the payas and they kiss the door and they dive into Israel. God is all powerful and they work every ritual so he's in charge. Yet they're the most worried people on earth. Like Jews are neurotic. I'm so worried. What about God? What's he going to do?
Rob, what do you think about women?
You know, okay, first of all, men have become not men. Everything has been toddlerized for them, infantile. Like to call a breast titties and to call a vagina a pussy. And then if the breasts are bigger, they're called boobies. It's little boy talk. Like when I went to a strip club, when I grew up, it was called a strip club. Now guys say, you want to go to a titty bar? What are we going to do at the titty bar? We're going to look at titties. Little titties, and they're bigger than boobies. If they're real big, don't tell mom. Boobs. Point is, women, it's not a pussy. Women are the most powerful force in the universe. Of course it starts, women. A man can be having a terrible day. Just a slight thing, bad thing in the mail, whatever. And it'll show on his face. He just sits on the train and says, something like that. But a woman, this is the power that they have. A woman could have killed 23 people, the body's under her bed. She could be embezzling from all her uncles and her husband, sleeping with her husband's brother, right? And on the way to the train, chop off a baby's arm. Yet when they sit on that subway, as soon as they sit down, they're still the ultimate muse, the goddess. It's just the eyes that get you in the eyes. What do you say? The windows are the eyes to the vagina. So eyes are the windows to the... What I'm trying to say is, it's not a pussy. They're not the weaker sex. The vagina is the most powerful force in the universe. This thing can change the direction of a man's life. This thing can suck your PIN number from the mouth of God. They should call it a snatch, because that's what it does. That's how powerful a woman is. They go, where's Rob? Well, he fell in love. You mean, yep, he got snatched. He's just gone, that's it. Fell in love. It snatched him, his friends, his phone, all his cell phones, his PIN number, his bank account, his best friends. As a matter of fact, he even snatched his soul. I mean, look at him. He's over there, but nothing. And Rob, how are you? That guy? Oh, she's beautiful. You gotta go away, guys, because if she sees me with anybody, it's over. If I talk, I have bad ideas. I need you to go. put an egg in my mouth so I don't die. So then women are like cats. See, with a cat, you can't reach for a cat. You can't. The cat has to see you come in, kind of roll. You leave it alone. You ignore it, and then it comes close. You leave it alone. The more you ignore it, the more it trusts you. And then it trusts you, so it rolls around. You can't reach. You gotta keep ignoring it. If you reach for a dog, the dog will be all over you. You smack a dog, he comes back. I smack. I guess we're playing. You know what I mean? Men don't know how to decipher shit. Like feed us, fuck us, we're good. But a cat is like, I haven't made up my mind yet. You ever walk in and look at a cat, they're like. So you leave them alone. You stay busy. Women like a man who's busy. Then all of a sudden the cat is on your lap. And it's rubbing up, and that's the best feeling for a woman. She comes over to you. And then you start to pet the cat, and that's fine, except the cat has its own rules that they don't tell anybody about. It was 3.5 minutes of petting. It's supposed to be 3 minutes and 15 seconds. And it goes, boom, gone. And you're bleeding. Like, you should have emailed me the boundaries. I didn't know you had boundaries. I didn't know what a boundary was. And then the cat comes back and you're like, I hope it hates me. I just hope the cat hates me. Oh, it likes me again. This could be, well, now I'm getting kind of stimulated. I'll pet it again. 91, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. The cat was like, rules changed. It was 3, 1,000. Boom, you got more blood and an eye hanging out. And that's why I wish I was into men. I do.
Go.
And what did business school teach you?
After several years and you get your MBA, that's a Master's in Finance from a top university, the thing you've learned, and it relates to everything, it's one pearl that translates into everything. The good cocaine for you, the bad cocaine for your friends. That's all. And if it's a girl, cut it with vitamin B and not laxative, because she's never going to make it to the bed. Come on, guys, this is an MBA. This is finance we're talking about. Profit maximization, cost-benefit analysis. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about. Good for you, bad for them.
Go.
And which would you prefer, Christmas or Hanukkah?
I'm Jewish, so I preferred Hanukkah because it's 8 days of 8 presents. Well, as a human being, strength in numbers, you can have 1 day of Christmas or 8 Christmases is what I thought Hanukkah was. However, during Christmas, you get an entire bicycle. At Hanukkah, you get pieces, and hopefully by the 8th piece, it's the actual seat. Otherwise, you gotta wait till next year, and your ass hurts. And also, at Christmas, I get to be Jewish and prove Jews and the Catholics wrong. I maxed out. I'm out of here.
And what about your dad?
Oh, my dad.
And are you going to miss our beloved Mayor Bloomberg?
You said our beloved mayor. Did you say bloated? Did you say bloated? Blubbery? What did you say? Blubbed? Bloated? You know, they're changing the story to Bed Bath and Bloomberg. Let me tell you about Bloomberg. All right, most of the people that got lives were destroyed and are still homeless from Hurricane Sandy haven't gotten their money. Yet, Bloomberg said the other day, I built the finest Ferris wheel in all the land. He said all the land. In Staten Island, right where Hurricane Sandy happened. I'm taking care of business. Bloomberg can be caught in a bribery scandal, and they'll say, we have photographs. No, you don't. Yeah, we do. No, you don't. Yeah, here they are. That's not me. Yeah, it looks like me. It's not me. And you know what? I don't like these questions. Could we have better questions, please? And Bloomberg closed down 13 hospitals, but he's putting in more benches and also parking meters that you have an app on your phone. You never have to have a quarter in your pocket again. More money for me. He's like this little old Jewish lady who's like, we're making Bloomingdale's bigger and bigger, and we're going to kill the homeless, don't you worry. Bloomberg. Speaking of Bloomberg, micro-living, we got it from the Chinese and the Japanese. Like the Asian food we brought here, Asian fusion, we have fusion apartments now. They're like 4x4, and it's a low rent. He was going to make it $1,000 a month. It's $1,500 a month for these 4x4 with a Murphy bed and a fake kitchen, and everybody on top of each other. Because that's what New York's all about. Uncomfortable living at high price. I think 1,500 is a really fair low number because we want those kind of poor rich people here. We don't want poor people. We don't want poor rich people. We want rich poor people. That's what flourishing is all about. Fucking Bloomberg.
Man! Exclamation mark.
Real short story is I've been doing stand-up comedy off and on, but I was never really committed to it. But I didn't know I had a little bit of a reputation. So I heard about this performance art scene open mic that was huge. And it was at Surf Reality, which was a theater on the Lower East Side, and you see Lou Reed there, Laurie Anderson, and some comics who became big, and actors, and all kinds of stuff. It was real performance art, too. And then there were some comics, but they didn't really want comics. Eventually got infiltrated by all of them, but anyway, I went down. I was seeing some actors, and I go down there, and she said, "Why don't you sign up?" And everybody's staring at me. Look, everybody knows Rick. They all think I'm Rick. I don't even want to get involved here. And she said, "So what?" And you don't know what they're thinking. And yeah, some people think you're Rick because he's a known comic. You're not, but just do it anyway. No, I don't want. She goes, Rob, just do it. So you know what I did? You had to sign up on the sheet, your name. Now this is my thinking. I wrote in lowercase letters MAN because I didn't want anybody. I didn't want it to say Shapiro at all. So I'll be like a nothing. So I just put man, right? So the guy says, I think I know who this is. The next person is man, and it's one of the comedians I've respected more than anybody. And he's like a Carlin and a Lenny Bruce and all this. I go, here it goes. And he goes, Rob Shapiro. So he knows me? So it was me. And everybody cheered, and anyway, he and I had a long talk, but so week by week I just kept going up as man, but it's almost like I was writing it bigger and bigger, and then eventually people were requesting man. They wouldn't even call me Rob, so then it became, I did a one-man show called Man with an exclamation point.